Welcome back. If you're just joining us, the program is Cheche, where opinion counts, live on Citizen TV and Hot 96 FM. Our guest this morning is the presidential candidate, Professor James Ole Kiyapi. And we have been talking about your record and your ambition to lead this country. Several of our viewers have been texting in, some quite critical of your record as a public servant, but others quite impressed with you, saying that you are new wine in... you're new wine in a new wine skin. Miriam says, good job, well done, Mr. President. You're still my candidate of choice. And a prayer for you from Githinji in Kitui, who says he's proud of you. Your courage and determination to be the CEO of Kenya are welcome. Relief, press on, and I like your disposition and clarity on issues. God bless your journey. But of course, there's also the issue of your record within the Ministry of Medical Services, which at the moment is embroiled in a scandal over the disbursement of funds to non-existing entities. What is your part in that
First
saga?
of all, I want to say my record in all the three ministries, environment, medical, and education, is clean. It's clean, and people, because of the time period I served is known. People can go there and check. This issue is very unfortunate, what's going on at NHIF. Before I left the Ministry of Medical Services, we had embarked on a program to do three things. Number one, we were commissioning an overhaul, a whole reform of NHIF, because a lot of people were worried that we were pumping a lot of money into NHIF, and the infrastructure of NHIF was not ready to spend that money the way that will give the best maximum value to the Kenyan people. So we said a precondition for NHIF receiving more and more money is an NHIF that is reformed so that much less money is spent on what we call overhead cost, much more money goes into provision of services. Number two, we also needed to consult with all stakeholders so that you have a whole portfolio, what we call medical service provision portfolio, which includes the private sector, and come up with a roadmap of what needed to be done in year 1, year 2, year 3, because you cannot just bring billions of shillings and then immediately you are telling an institution that is used to some level of funding to disburse all this money to all these institutions. Thirdly, and more importantly, I hold the view that the Kenya health infrastructure is so weak that before you begin pouring money to give people medical insurance, we must first expand the health infrastructure.
And how would you do that as President Kiyapi?
In terms of, well, number one, we build more facilities, provide equipment, and restructure the management of hospitals, because you can put a lot of money, but unless the management is restructured, and I had started these things, by the way, and then you must also come out with a sustainable method of financing. And this is now where the whole issue of payment of insurance comes in. And we discussed this matter with the Treasury, and we said, as a prerequisite, before you ask people to pay more money, make sure we invest some more money directly from the government to expand the infrastructure, because most of the hospitals we have in Kenya were built when the population was about 20 million. Now the population is double. And so you have people going to hospitals and they're not getting the service that they're supposed to get, and they've paid for it. And then in the process, private providers, some, not all of them, take advantage, and therefore that's why consultation was necessary. And what was most annoying in this particular saga was that the Kenya Medical Practitioners and Dentists Board has a list and has a registry or an inventory of all medical facilities in the country. Why one would pay, phantom or non-existent facilities is difficult to imagine, because
so
they are
in your view, corruption has taken place?
Yes, and I think they should get to the bottom of it. They should find out really who is responsible, and they should all be held to account.
Okay, Prof, let's now move into the campaign. 3 weeks into the campaign, how is the terrain? A lot of people still think you have not had the punch, the impact, the freshness you carry. But have the people swum towards you that this is the man we need, and you getting the numbers?
They did it the day I launched, even before. In fact, the day I resigned was the turning point in the politics of Kenya. Because you recall very well that even the viewers were asked to, who would vote for me.
Yes.
And citizens said, 66% of citizen viewers said they would vote for me. 76% said, on NTV said they would vote for me. Which other candidate got that? There is
Prof, that's deceptive.
How
is the terrain in the field? How are you being received?
It's great, my friend. It's great. I'm overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed because the Kenyan people want change. Period. And they will have that change, whether Kiyapi is there or not. The Kenyan people are looking for credible leaders. They are looking for people they can trust.
What is your experience? Because when you go, wherever you go,
yes.
It's not reflected in the mass media. It's not known where the impact, as he says, is not there.
Well, I want to say...
People want money from you, you are giving them money.
There are two things here, Mutegi, you are raising. Number one, you're talking about the mass media. The mass media, in a sense, also is not helping, or is not being really a level playing field, especially for small candidates like myself. Because it's like they've already made up their mind who the key guys are. So I have like double job to do. Number one, I have to win the hearts of citizens, and number two, I have to win the heart of the media to convince them that I'm also doing a lot.
So why do you describe yourself as a small candidate?
No, I'm saying the perception. The perception of some of the media houses is that they are the big guys and they are the small guys, and I'm saying that is a wrong perception. We must not go there. If you want to give the country the benefit of change, and if you want to give the country the leaders the country deserves, you must be completely open to new entrants, open to new leadership that is coming on board. Because how else? I mean, if you recycle the same guys,
Prof,
and they say the definition of insanity is to repeat the same thing again and again and expecting the same results.
Prof, the media follows sensation. For all its mistakes, they follow sensation. They're not going to take a small cup here and make it a drum. So we must follow you. Prof, we must follow you and see that you have the numbers to say this man is causing.
No, it depends on how you create the sensation. Because there is what we call real sensation and there is what we call superficial sensation.
Right.
If today I take $1 million shillings and I use the $1 million shillings to bring guys to a stadium, yes. I will fill the stadium with the guys that I will mobilize to bring. Pay transport, pay everything, even in my lounge. Yes. Because I'm sure you commented on it. On my launch, guys were asking us for transport from various parts of Kenya, and we said, we are not paying you to come and stand for your country. We want you to pay for yourselves and come.
Okay.
So even if the people were 3,000, those were real, genuine supporters.
A question I want to ask you, Prof.
Yes.
Your launch was not, forgive me to say this, attended by any notable politicians in this country, past or present.
Which I totally disagree with you, because what do you mean by notable?
Notable as in, okay, notorious, if I may use the word.
Yeah,
people who are known in the public domain. Either they have been MPs or the current MPs or they belong to other parties. Look at what happened to Musalia's launch. Let's go there. We're doing comparisons, Prof. Let's be honest. You know, Musalia's launch, you had people from other parties coming there. He had no party.
It is that drama.
Who is launching his party this weekend? We probably see people like that.
To accept.
How do you explain that?
I refuse that drama that I must gather all the Maasai's leaders and bring everybody who is who. No, who is who to me is a Kenyan citizen.
Right.
Because I had the person who introduced me was my principal at Alliance High School. You're telling me the principal of Alliance High School who educated thousands and thousands of prominent Kenyans today is a notable. Is a non-notable. There was a former MP of Makueni, Peter Mauntu, who himself voluntarily decided to stop from running in 2002 in order to just reflect on himself. Is that notable? So, I mean,
so you don't find any loss or lack in anything? You're not lacking in anything?
Because that's why I am a complete break from politics as usual.
Yesterday, we had two young people. One Conchela and I don't remember the other one.
Ole Kiyapi, yes.
Yes. The two of them came here for interview. They're from Narok.
Yes.
They are from your constituency. And they want to be governors.
Yes.
When he asked them about you, they didn't seem to think very much about you.
It's unfortunate because all of them, actually, the two of them highly think of me. In fact, one of them called me immediately after the show, and he asked me, well, did you watch me? If he didn't think I was something, why did he ask me to whether I watched it? Let me tell you, in the case of my own county, I deliberately have decided to allow the citizen a free chance to interrogate the leaders, the people who want to be governors or senators, so that I don't want to interfere. And in a similar fashion, I believe myself every Kenyan citizen is a notable. So next time you see me going to a rally somewhere, I just want you to see the Kenyan citizen.
Why do I ask that question, Prof? Just before Udwa comes in. It is because we are coming from politics where people follow certain individuals. When they see Kiyapi there and somebody else that they know or they follow, they're likely to say, then that is the place to belong, because people have the influence.
That following is called the herding mentality.
Yes.
And it is wrong for a country.
Yes. How are you going to deal with it? Because it's real in this country.
If you go to United States, when you see the kids who are supporting Obama, they were arising, and the empowering thing was that as a Kenyan or as an American, I have a place and I'm going to make a difference.
Right.
And this is the message I want to give to the Kenyan people, that every one of us can make a difference wherever we are. And for me, it's not so much a desperation to do everything, every trick in the book, Machiavellian, to just win.
Yes.
Because if you break every rule in the book to become the president, you will break every rule in the book to govern.
Okay.